I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you a lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. So as you saw by the title, we're going to be discussing Heimir Hallgrimsson quits Reggae Boyz. Going to go into that. We're going to talk about the match itself, where Jamaica goes from here, and we have Omari Hutchinson on the billing as well, and obviously we're going to have other Copa America conversation for a little bit under 2 hours because I have to leave. I have to leave to go and get my kid. So that's the situation at this point. All right, but because I found the time, obviously I am not sleeping. So I found the time to make sure I can come and put out something in that little window. So that's what I'm doing right now. So maybe I will touch on this in a little bit more in depth and next time, but I'm just giving you something, a fast rundown now. All right, so hope you guys appreciate it and let me know your thoughts after rewatching this. I'm trying to segment all of the conversation. All right, so give me a little second. All right, so that should be good. All right, so one love, bless yourself. Thanks for being here. Osh Puppy, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Triple E, big up yourself. Rowan, Malcolm, big up yourself. Nicholas Radcliffe, massive respect. Dwayne, massive respect. Fabian, Global Football in the building. Triple E, Ernest, massive respect. Thanks for being here. All right, so we had an article yesterday which I told you guys came out very early, and I decided that I'm not going to talk on it because I want to hear and get more understanding from the overall situation. All right, that article kind of stated that the coach is not happy, and what he expected was not fulfilled throughout certain times. It's not, the JFF is not making it easier for him to get what he needs or what is required for them to go all the way. All right, but at the same time, I would say that when I heard his interview yesterday, this pre-match, he stated that it proves that we can compete with the top teams and that made the World Cup. So it proves that we can make it to the World Cup. So what is he saying then? Is he saying that we're on the brink and then really needed the extra players to push over the top? And is it okay for what JFF doing not to push according to the paper? JFF never gave him enough support based on what he's seen, you know, because obviously he's trying to get more players. He's trying to open up a different channel, and people seemed like they're okay with it at first, but definitely that's not the case in the end. That's what I've gotten from his overall assessment. So let me know if you guys got the same thing as well. All right. Let me know if you guys got the same thing as well. And should that be enough for him to leave a position if you got the same thing as to what I have listened to? All right. I'm going to read something directly from Loop, because Loop kind of listened to what he had said after and give their take on it. All right. JFF is the real problem. Baba Yaga says. Jeremiah, morning. Joseph Brown, Ames, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Ardell, Vincent, Garel Wilson, big up yourself. Kemar Benson, massive respect. All right, so let me just read through this first. All right, Reggae Boyz coach Heimir Hallgrimsson quits after nearly 2 years. They have the clip here. They have the clip here, but I will just read through it because obviously I can't play it directly. So Heimir Hallgrimsson has stepped down as head coach of Jamaica after nearly 2 years with the national football team. All right, and guys, have to remember, if you step down, sometimes it can be a little bit easier to deal with the business side because obviously you're contractually obliged to go through your entire process length. All right, so if he quits, it's a little bit different and easier for the JFF to deal with as well, and more helpful. So did he really quit the position, or they came to a understanding to say that maybe they are not seeing what he offers to this quality squad, or they are not seeing what they thought he could have brought first, and because of that, and they can't pay him off, maybe they just come to a understanding and then make him resign by paying him amount at this point. Because that could be the case, and I want to think that I would go on that side to say that was the case more than him just getting up and quit. That's what I would want to say. But anyways, let me continue. The 57-year-old Icelandic coach informed Jamaica Football Federation President Michael Ricketts of his decision. Hallgrimsson's final match overseeing the Reggae Boyz was a 3-0 loss to Venezuela in the Copa America in Austin, Texas today, concluding their campaign without a point from 3 matches. The JFF swiftly accepted Hallgrimsson's resignation, acknowledging his effort to elevate the national team's standard during his tenure. All right. In a press release, the JFF expressed gratitude for Hallgrimsson's contribution and commended his dedication. Mr. Hallgrimsson came to Jamaica after 2 years ago and has worked assiduously to lift the standard of the national team. The JFF and the wider Jamaica have seen much benefits as a result of Coach Heimir Hallgrimsson's tenure. The JFF said in a press release, the JFF would like to thank him for the work he has done, and we are pleased with the coach's commitment to the team. We wished him success in the future. All right, I think I'm much more convinced that it is a combination of them combining and saying, all right, maybe they don't like what's going on and it's not going anywhere. Because if you look at it, if you put everything together, he wanted more players. He put Liam Bailey on the booking, and then after the JFF blocked that one as well to make sure they stand on something. So I just believe that is a power struggle going on based on maybe something that he wanted. They can't fulfill those things. That's what I'm getting instant from that. And it was a split, as in like they can't fulfill what he wants, and maybe it's going to be costly, and still don't fulfill certain things that they wanted overall, like to see their developmental set of people go through. That's not going to come through if he goes for all overseas players, which you saw the same thing with Mr. John Wall right there. All right, I think that is the problem. That is the problem, because that is the biggest problem in Jamaica at this point, and they just come to an understanding and willing and ready to pay him off to whatever he signed to. That's what I honestly think. Let me know if I am reaching, or you think that I'm onto something, because I think that makes way more sense than what they're saying here. I think this is just fillers. This is just fillers, to be honest. All right. Big up, Triple E. Massive respect. Football Global said the next coach should not be Jamaican. No Jamaican on staff. He should not speak English. No players from the JPL unless an anomaly. All right. Kevin Jones says, bless up. Thanks to you guys as you're coming. Please do it, like, on, share, and subscribe. Let me just make sure this one rock very fast. All right. Let me get it up to 150-200 likes if you can. Lanzi said, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Shavan Given said, that me I say, if him quit, then half the money save back. Yeah, man. I think that is just a statement to make sure everything looks more pretty. But I think they wanted him to. They wanted to move from what he's doing, because maybe pressure, because I've spoken to a lot of people, and that's the vibes that I've always gotten. A lot of people in Jamaica don't want him as the manager, don't like what he stands for, because they want a more off and off team. Even if the metrics will not work, they still want that. So I think Jamaica is still stuck in a power struggle of who actually makes the team, English and local born. That is a problem problem, and it will continue to be a problem, because over the last 35 years, it is a problem, people, and it will continue going that way. And remember, these guys' intention when they just came here was solely to make sure they get the most of Jamaica's overall reach. So their pool was mainly consisted of overseas based players. So their intention was very clear, from U17s, U20s, and the national team. And clearly Wall got a big fight back in the U20s, and definitely you could see that even though they didn't want to admit that that's the case as it relates to the main team, it is the case, and I strongly believe that's what caused all the problems. All right, JR said the JFF needs now to spend the time and assess a good coach that will fit the team before hiring. I agree on that. Let me know if you guys agree with JRS there. Zeza, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Jaro in the building. All right. Triple E said we have a lot to learn as a culture, not only with football. That is the truth. Genius said JFF must go. All right. So he doesn't appreciate what's going on. The recruitment complaint he made is my worry though. Why does it take so long to get players passport? All right, Leroy Smart, a manager who is attuned culturally to the culture and people of Jamaica is required, not a conservative European from a conservative European nation. All right, so you're pretty much saying that you can't get the certain things out of them. Well, a lot of people said the opposite, that they would have wanted more of that, even deeper European. Then you find somebody that doesn't speak English. That's what they're saying. Then we have Joseph Ferran in the building. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. Football Global said the next coach should have 100% control. That's not going to happen. Jaro said exactly like that, JD. He should not speak English. Luton Fire, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Omzo, massive respect. Jero said we need someone who can properly communicate with our players. All right. Trey Moon in the building deleted his comment, so I don't know. Spain coach we want. I think the coach is bless up Marnie JD, you're correct all along. Yeah, but to be honest, I have to be honest still. Sometimes I know things that I don't say, to be honest, because I can't get everything to close the conversation. So when people say things to me, I don't believe it at first. You understand me? Yes. They had enough of the JFF and drama. I don't think so. Demo says, what good coach, Grim. All right. Jara said, might as well they just pick all local players. In this little time, if they do so, and play friendlies, I don't have any problem. All right. Yes, but they should take their time and properly assess everybody, and don't run to just get a person on the books. Make sure you assess it properly before you go in. All right. Make sure you look at the players, them style, look at the direction you're trying to go, and who fits that direction. You have several people that can fit the direction with the players that we have. But if you say that these are not the players we want, that is different as well, because some people, remember guys, let me give you a fact which most people don't recognize. Over the last 30 years, every time we removed ourselves from a legitimate manager, which is one that we go overseas to get, we always go back majority locals after that, over the last 30 years. Every single time. Because we put an interim person in it, and the interim person only can look at what he can understand, and majority of the times they don't call back none of the overseas guys them. Even when we feel sometimes they don't call back the overseas guys them until way after. This is the first cycle in history we are calling back the overseas guys them after. Because remember, we usually use the narrative to say that they don't want to come and play small games. Leon Bailey and those guys 4 years ago came out and said they have to come for every game. If they don't come for every game, why this purpose they must come for? People forgot those statements, you know. So it was always a problem. But that was not the truth. They never called them back. And that's why now the guys them stood up, and remember Amari Bell and those guys started to say, we will come for any tournament. Just call us. because they heard the chattery. You understand me? So it's a long time we have these issues in our overall society, and it's something that is going to be hard to fix. It's because it's an engraved problem we have. So it's going to be hard to fix, people. It's going to be very, very hard to fix. All right. So we can. I know it might sound away, but we might, if we can't get it right, we might have to avoid this World Cup quest. All right. Because if we want certain things, we might have to give up the World Cup in order to earn certain things. Because I heard a person came in my chat yesterday, what the English guys them really did for the team, and I had to really give them a lesson as to what they truly do for the team. You understand me? I'm telling them that's why we have a pretty much team. We have to be honest to ourselves. You understand me? So what they don't see is the biggest problem, because people come in here to help us and we can't even understand the help. That is the sad thing for me. We are getting help and we can't understand the help. I've never seen this in my lifetime. We are getting help and we can't understand the actual help. Amazing. All right. I'm coming to the chat to get the rest of the comments right here. I just wanted to make sure we set the stage as to what's going on, you know. Which is shocking, you know, which is definitely shocking, and we have to approach things a little bit better if we truly want the success that we claim that we want, because more likely it might not go out well for us if we stay on this path. All right, because I've done several breakdown as to what's going on, all right, and what's required in order to gain the success. All right, so we have Grim, good. All right, we have Chris Mittidos, massive respect. Chevron Given say laugh out loud. Them a go assess our best Jamaican coach, and obviously they will think that man is Meran. All right, brilliant concept. Then the man was professional, missed the coach. The man was the best they could get. Speed must go. That's brilliant concept. All right. Jero said the shareholders in JFF seems to still believe JPA players can compete. They are comprising the team, and until some of them leave, we won't go anywhere. All right. So will it take we not making a World Cup for a stance to be made? Let me know. Michael Thomas, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. JFF need clean house. Okay, wow. So the switch is happening by the JFF side. Need a bad man Spanish coach. Well, yeah, we will get to the coach after. Let me just go through the comments. Jaro said JFF need to do administration job and not the coaching job. All right. Blessings, Warrior 777 says, morning, Grimmy should have been fired long time ago. His whole team setup was confusing. All right. Luton Fire said, JFF will always come to this with any coach. The problem that Jamaican don't have a set up that football, not even one good football field. All right, so Luton Fire goes in a different direction. Nick McDonald said, need a coach with lot of international experience from overseas. All right. True Tell said the coach situation is not the along the lines of local or foreign players. I think True Tell, if you don't know things, don't jump and say definitive statements. All right. Yes. Because a lot of times I know things and I say it in a specific manner. All right? Yes. You don't want to say, because you don't want to ruffle Rudolph's speed. Why would you think I'm afraid of Rudolph's speed? What is wrong with it, bro? I'm always Jamaica first. Brilliant concept. You can't pull me. I'm not that stupid. I've listened to what you said. And if it warrants me to answer, I will answer it. All right? JD, what is your thoughts about having a Spain coach? You don't just pick players, pick coach, and just pick coach for coaching's sake. Because if a Spain coach comes in for technical ability, majority of the times, and then we have a bag of big, fast, and strong players with limited technical ability, that coach is going to fail from the start. All right, so we have to look at football as to what it gives you. You can't pick coaches that play a system that we don't have players fitted for. You think we have this amount of technical coaches, technical squad to pick from for a Spain coach? I don't think so. All right, I don't think so at all. So maybe the Spain coach would have been over the top. over the top at this point. Obviously, want a coach can gain more possession, be more brave on the ball, as what a lot of people said, and be more front foot because majority of our quality players kind of be defensive and front foot, to be honest. So you need someone that can fulfill that. But a Spain, one that heavily reliant on possession base, pressing and technical ability, don't think we have that full-fledged amount of players to say that we can fit that void. That's what I think still. I don't know if I'm wrong. JD, my biggest issue with Hallgrimsson is that he did not stick to his principle. I think that is what I would say. And I've kept calling it out from day one. In history, it's the first. Yes, Chris Smith, it's the first we ever repeat players that been picked before. So, truth tell, remember, I'm a historian, All right, yes. The JFF set up Grim and he fell for it. They came to him with the development scam when all they wanted was to convince him to force JPL players in the team. That's what J was saying. Ardell said there isn't a succession plan in place. No, but they had said that they every coach comes over have to give their plan over. All right. So even if it's not him going to carry it out, it's going to be there. That's what I've heard. The technical director is responsible for development, not the national coach. Warrior 777 said, give up World Cup question. You crazy? I am not crazy, but I'm just asking you because sometimes what they are trying to achieve might be too much workload at once. You understand me? So that's why I've asked that. Alj, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Glad it's not mix up. No, told you. All right. Nigel said, we are never going to World Cup with this JFF and the tribalistic nature of Jamaicans. All right, very, very sad. I agree. Give up World Cup. Listen to me well. Listen to me well. Why I've said, well, let me explain it more clearer. The reason why I've said if we have to give up World Cup, look, we have two fractions. We have two fractions. A fraction that would want to make the World Cup so they could get the money from that to actually go and develop more football and maybe big themselves up as well in different places. Who knows? And you have a fraction that believes that we can use only local players so we could get those players in different positions and improve them because we are believing in our core. You have that. Majority of the people inside Jamaica Football Federation, they are more of that than the opposite side. All right. Obviously, the people that actually won willing to concede that some percentage at some level, as to what Mr. Spade had said, of giving up certain fractions to put more local players in it, but they still want to make the World Cup. But clearly, everything kind of go back now, so it's going to go back to reset. So it's going to go back to the table and ask what they need to do from this point. And if they can't afford a coach, maybe they change their overall plan because they still have this in mind and they never change their attitude. They always have this belief to say that they can put a JPL team. But I've given you guys history as to what JPL team does. Every JPL team put together, they get slapped up around the Concacaf region. Those are not teams with any international players. Those are just average footballers dominates the JPL. That is just a fact. All right, so it tells you that we're not at that level, but they believe in that because it helps them directly by their players going into the team. More players get sold, and obviously their main intention is the league in Jamaica should be bigger because we believe in the players them. So if the leagues get bigger and more people start going out for close to $1 million, the amount of money will be in Jamaica. So they believe that the overseas guys them coming in kind of holding back that from going forward. So that is the problem, truly fighting in Jamaica. And Mr. Spade come here said the same thing. Both of the sides said the same thing. Chris Williams them said the same thing. They all said the same thing. So why are you guys confused as to what I am saying? They have all said the same thing. They have never gone away from it. They told you in your face. You're just not listening. But they all said the same thing. And that's what we're fighting in Jamaica. And that's why you will always see people not appreciative of what's going on in the field. Even if you have the biggest set of players, you're going to hear them saying they want Whisper, they want Kaim Dixon, because they already paint that in the people's head, because they know that the people are always more tribal than anything else. So they put the people up against the actual system because they couldn't win. All right, so that is a problem in Jamaica, people. If you're not seeing that, believe me, you're not seeing. Yeah, man. Give up World Cup. Speed think international football is accounting. But you keep on putting speed there. You heard the other people that said so brilliant concept. And look at life, how funny life is. I'm going to show you life funny, and you are hypocrite, brilliant concept, and I'm going to call you out for that hypocrisy right there. The people that actually come out and agreed to what they want are the people that Craig Butler, your master, signs to and give everything to. So that is hypocrisy from you. So do some more research before you jump and call only one person name. You should stand on equality so we can get what we want for Jamaica, and stop going like you like one man alone and one fraction alone. Brilliant concept. And that is my only problem with brilliant concept every single time. You come here with one narrative. Oh, Mr. Speed this. Well, Craig Butler, they may say that, a Craig Butler walk around here and sell the same narrative as the other man that may cause the problem, So why you can't say that as well? So the next man don't say it, and the next man say it, another man they are protect. So something wrong with the brilliant concept, unless you believe that the best players them are all full local as well. It does not matter which coach we get. This is all about selling JPL players. I actually agree that as well. Jamaica gonna big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Raka said, JD, Craig Butler is the answer. No, Craig Butler is not the Ross answer for nothing. Craig Butler even makes sense much times. Him not big boss, him are the problem. He is the actual problem. Because him are the one we have pushed the narrative of these full Jamaican team. So we act like we don't listen to the man. He is also the problem. We just have a full problem as to how we assess football, period. You understand me? So that's the problem, people. So you can beat Mr. Speed, I have no problem. You beat Mr. Speed, I have no problem with that. I can agree and beat him too if it actually warrants that. I will jump on board and beat him too. But I want you to beat Craig Butler too as well, because he was one of them selling the narrative that he only wants local players in the team. So how can he be the answer? What education did Craig Butler have in football to be the answer for Jamaica? Have you guys really dig deep and understand what's going on in football? Which team Craig Butler can actually put together and win which game? You think I'm manning up these people? Come on, man. People, please, I can understand that you guys like certain people, but please look into them before we make the wrong decision again. All right? Because them guys, yeah, them all for themselves. All of them all for themselves. And that's why it's hard for me to see Jamaica team truly be a success. Because them all for themselves. That is the one thing I can agree with majority of you in the comment section. I know that you have your fraction that you support. But all of them guys, it seems like them all for themselves. All right? Yes. No, man. I am a straightforward talker, and I have no problem. I will take the beating. If you don't respect my take, I have no problem. But I can give you all the facts where Craig Butler said the same thing that Jamaica trying to fight for. You understand me? And that is my problem. I can't say, and I don't think he's educated enough to win nothing for Jamaica. I don't even think he can coach proper big players. I don't even think that. No, I know that. I know that. So I know that is not possible. We need to get educated people, look at the proper context, what we have, which direction we're going. If we're going for JPL, so guys, we have to sit down. We have to sit down. Brilliant concept. At least you can call out your friend. You can call out your friend, brother. That's all. If you do that, I can take you much more serious. You can beat Mr. Speed them all you want. I have no problem. I can agree with you beating them. because they are the ones put policy in places and them stuff there. So I can agree with you beating them. But if you can't beat your friend, it doesn't seem like you're having a conversation. Samuel, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Leader says, Craig says in 4 years, the Mona I team plus Leon and Whisper from Jamaica. Yes, I heard him say that out of his own mouth. But clearly, a brilliant concept. Forgot everything that he says. Alger said, JD, stop saying educated people, because Hallgrimsson was educated. Yes, but he's educated, but maybe he doesn't fit the system. That's why you should listen to the whole actual context that I've actually put together. All right? I've said, first thing, you have to know where you're going. So you have 2 places that you can go. Local players, fully, a forced mixture, or the best players them. Then assess that. And then you, after everyone come together, sign on that to say that this is the direction we are going to go. Then that's when you go and seek a manager for that fitting. Because if you're going for local players, you might not have, it might not require the same manager. It might require Meron Garden for that case. But if you're going for overseas players and you want a style of football, and you have an overall listing of things that you want to fulfill, it might require a different manager. You understand me? So listen to what I've said, Aldre, in its totality. And I think that is the only way you can get it done. Because the JPL, you can't pick a JPL team and say that you're going to hire one of the highest educated coaches in the world. Or are you going to pay him? Because we are not going to qualify for no World Cup, because no JPL team can't qualify for no World Cup. I can promise you, no JPL team can't win none of the 2 matches them that we have left in the first round of the World Cup qualifiers. In the first round of the World Cup qualifiers. I can promise you that. I can promise you that can't happen. All right? That is the level where football is today. All right, so that's why I have said early on, you just give up on if you're going one direction, you give up on the World Cup and don't waste your money on that side. Just pick everything according to what you have. Set a plan. Tell the public, listen to me. After 4 years' time, this is the core that I'm going to work with, because we don't have certain money and we can't afford certain things. Educate the people, man. That's what I'm saying. I just want to hear a clear outline plan going forward. All right, a clear outline plan going forward. All right, period. Brilliant Concept said, okay, Brilliant Concept said he's a part. It's a brilliant concept. I'm not going to read your comment because you're only on one side. You see it? You never argue the point what the man said here. You get me? You just go to try fight against him there. So I can't take you serious, brother. Trey Moon said the coach's downfall was his closeness to the Phoenix camp, and he stuck his head out for Leon and found out. I totally agree with that statement, Trey Moon. Totally agree. I think that had a lot. No, you know what? I don't think I know that have a lot to do with it. So I'm gonna stand behind what it is. I know that is a part of it, Trey Moon. I know. And I don't say things that I can't prove. All right? So I know that is the actual case. That is a part of the case as well, and a big part of the case. Robbie and big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Caribbean River and Sea. No local coach. No, but you can't say no local coach, because if you're going for full local players and you said this is what you're going to do going forward, it would have made sense to only go for a local coach, because obviously you don't have any ambition to go to any World Cup, so you're not looking for that, and you're not going to waste $4 million, $3 million to hire a coach for 3 years when you can't get back $0. You understand me? Because you're not going to make nothing, and we sure know you're not going to make nothing. So I would agree with them to take a local coach if that's the case. You have to reason with logics, you know. You can't pay a big level coach to come and coach a team for 4 years. How are you going to pay for that when you couldn't pay the players them, and when you can't still pay the players them to do this day? That makes no sense. We have to reason with logics, people. So it's not possible. Certain things are not possible. All right. I told you 2 weeks ago that there will be a new coach All right, all right. JC Norman Manley. Okay, thank you. Rabian says everything forget Dashway. Other people at the top need to resign also. I think that that should go. All right. Let we call in JD. Zaza says so. I'm gonna do so. I'm gonna do so. All right. What I'm gonna do then, and the Hutchinson topic and the rest of the topic, I will push it back. Yeah. I will push it back because I don't have the time. I only have 2 hours. And anybody calls in only have 5 minutes. All right? Because we can't take out the whole time for just calling sake. All right? Yes. Cranky, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Hope all is well with you and the family. I have not watched your videos as yet, you know. I will pass through and get it done. But obviously, you know that man's busy over the time. All right? And people, I only got 1.5 hours sleep this morning because I forgot. My wife told me 16 times. Let me not talk loud and pretend like she never told me. She told me 16 times that the kid has to go to school next week. But I thought it was next week. So she has to go to dancing class 9 o'clock in the morning. So when I left, it was almost 6 o'clock. And I had to jump up back 8 o'clock. So I have not slept as yet. I'm going to be sleeping tonight. Yeah. So... So yes, so Cranky, I've not gotten any chances yet because I don't even sleep. Tycoon said Speed and Butler create so much problems in Jamaica football, but they always crying victim. This will never stop and it doesn't help Jamaica. Right, fair enough. I'm going to try and get people to call in, okay? Premier 7 said JD is one of the best presenter. Well done. Well, I'm just trying my best, and I don't class myself as the best presenter because I can lose my screw at times as well because I am also passionate, but obviously I am improving as it goes how to deal with situations. Baba Yaga said JD and the others still talking about Bailey, Butler and Phoenix. Question. They have nothing to do with the game last night. No, but context matter, Baba Yaga. You can't erase anything. The past, history happens. All right, Baba Yaga. So we have to be intelligent enough to process things and put it in its right context. So you can't tell me to erase Leon Bailey and erase Craig Butler when that was a part of the problem with the coaches as well for Jamaica. Oh, that makes sense, Baba Yaga. Come on, man. Oh, that makes sense when I know that that's a part of the problem as well. Come on, man. Put context to the situation, big boss. Speed is willing to burn down the house as long as his pocket keeps getting lined. Okay. Right. I can't prove that one, so I'm not going to jump on that. All right. I don't know why this big push for local players to bridge the support for the team. I don't think it has nothing to do with support. It has a lot to do with to build our league in the country. All right, and the belief that they have, and also maybe to line people's pockets. Paul Anderson, big up yourself, said JPL League should be a funnel for players to go overseas. JFF should just be looking at best players, period. In Canada, we have the CPL, but we want to see these players playing in a top 5 league. Wonderful, Paul Anderson. All right, I know what you're talking about. Aljay said, JD, did you think the coach was 100% responsible for his selection? No, he told you that. He told you that Meran gets 33% of that because he's responsible for the JPL players. So he told you that. So he couldn't have 100% ability to select the team. All right. Yes, people, hit the like button, share and subscribe. We have 300 people here. Get us up to 250. That is the argument and at the time. So get us up to 250. We are going the 1.5 hours. I can't go longer than 1.5 hour because my wife came in late and I have to go for the kid back again. All right. You know that comes first. My family. Rich Tie. So it's true. This has made my day. Been asking for it over a year now. Rich Toys. All right. Morning shift. She depend. Yes. For this week. All right. Let me get this thing. Let me plug in this thing so I can get the phone line because my Bluetooth was connected. 1 second. All right, JD, do you think if they go full local, that would affect the Adidas contract? It will affect everything. It will affect everything. But if you want to do something, you have to bear the repercussions that comes with it. All right. You have to bear that because if you have a plan, you have to work with it. Losers screw Maxit. Oh my God, JD, this is a money grab, nothing to do with improving the league. So improving the league is a money grab as well, because the only way you can get the players them improve is to bring in more money in the league by selling players. There is no other way. You're not getting any TV contract. You're not getting anything determined. So if you had listened to what I've said, process it well, you would have understood what I've said. It can still be a money grab, and it is a money grab if you're selling players to improve the league. It is a money grab just the same. So two things can be actually correct. All right, so let me try give you the number, guys. Let me give you the number. Plus 324664624721. That is the number, people. That is the number. Let me put the number right there. Let me pin the number. So JD, given this local player narrative, why would any renowned player with Jamaican heritage want to play for us? I think that once they go that way fully cranky, that bridge will be burnt. You get me? Because I don't believe that the younger policies that they put in place really hit the market overseas, like in England. But obviously, if they do it for the main team again, that will be the final straw. You're not going to have any local overseas players coming to want to play for Jamaica from that point. Any at all. So yes, Cranky, yes. But a lot of things, but at the same time, Cranky, they don't want, a lot of people don't want them to play in the first place, so they wouldn't care, so it's only going to come from the true fans that want to see Jamaica reach places and believe this is the method to get us those places. You get me, Cranky? You go ahead, Jamaican, go now.
Yeah, JD, big up yourself. Yeah, best of to all of you. It's a good look. I think that the timing was right to get rid of the coach and get somebody else in.
The timing is right, okay.
Yes, I think the timing was right. I think we have enough time now where we can get in a new coach and can familiarize himself with his players, vice versa as well. And we can, win these we can win these round matches, these round one matches, and the coach can get familiar with the players and vice versa. I think the timing is good. I don't think we could wait and get deeper into the program, and then we are stuck with the coach because we're about to fire him when it goes deeper. So I think the timing was right for this coach. I think Jamaica still has a great chance of qualifying for the World Cup, and that Grimo was not going to be our savior. As a matter of fact, I think our team was going the opposite direction in a lot of ways. Because we don't know where the coach, we don't know where much I do, and that is after 2 years, that is pretty concerning. So I think the timing was right for the coach. Who will replace him is another question altogether now. I see them trying to push this Garden person. I don't know much about him more than the fact that he worked with Schaefer at some point.
He works with no man. He never worked with Schaefer. He worked with Paul Hall, and he also deal with woman football as well.
Schaefer, you sure?
No man, that's Miguel Coley. Miguel Coley worked with Schaefer's.
Oh, that's Miguel Coley. Okay.
Miguel Coley. But his history is ladies football, also men's football to some level, and schoolboy football before as well, and also he had a stint for the national coach position.
Okay, so I think they're trying to push this guy as the local savior, and they're trying to. I've heard a couple interviews, and I see where they angled towards that guy before even Hallgrimsson was fired, or he's brilliant and he's this and he's that and this and whatever. I don't think a local coach has the ability, based on the corruption that is embedded in this national program I don't think a local coach is the answer. I think we have to go overseas and find a coach which fits our best attributes, which I think is paid somehow. And maybe we should go for a German coach. We have had history of, I don't know why we haven't gone back there, because the best football we have played in quite some time was under Winfried Schaefer. So I think that's an option that we should explore in terms of the replacement. But a local coach, I don't think, because the world of politics are wrapped up in that and the corruption are wrapped up in that, I don't think a local coach is the answer. So I hear people talking about speed, and I hear people talking about experience and person. And I hear people talking also about Butler. My opinion, Butler for stay 17,000 light years away from Jamaica football style, because I love Jamaica. I love himself and I love Felix. And anybody who's not associated with himself and not associated with Felix, that's hello. And that's my personal opinion. But I don't think it's nothing related to the international football program. I think it's just one thing.
My things.
Play that and continue that. That is where it's going. That's keep it as a as it relates to how the entire team is performing now, I think what we need as a solution for performance is just need to start playing some ball. I think we have enough quality players to those quality players have been the one that's carrying us forward, in my opinion. I think we have quality players that have popped up at moments in time, individual brilliance, the goalkeeper, go straight to the defenders, to the midfielder. It always has been a brilliant performance that has brought us through the games. So the other day it was Low who came up, and saved us on the day. So it's always been down to the players that coming up with moments of brilliance. And I think we need to start, we have a coach that can come in and play as a team. And we look like a team out there, and we start playing some ball. We can't have side like Dominica and them side there. I knock ball around and put 20 passes together. We can't beat Jamaica and beat top players. So I think without trying to gas up yourself like we're Brazil, I think we should be performing better based on the players that we have available. I don't think this coach was utilizing that. Okay,
all right, then, big boss. Let me just, because I'm gonna do a bigger show, so whenever I do that, I can just get a link and you jump on, I will chop it up, yeah? All right, respect. All right, so that was Jamaican Guna. Guys, please do hit like button, share, and subscribe, yeah. So the actual shirt that I bought second came before the next one that I bought from Adidas. So I need to check that as well. And this one is large. This one is large, which is smaller. It is smaller than the extra large, so hopefully it can actually fit me, because that's the calculation. So this one is large, all right? This one is large. Yeah, it looks like it can fit me. It doesn't look really like it's going to be big or small. It looks like it's going to be all right. So yeah, I've gotten one of the shirts, and I will get the next one soon. Jason, I've gotten that one. All right, so I got the actual the last one first. I don't need to try it on. We are busy talking about the coach and what. I'm here, T-Gat. You have 4.5 minutes left. Go ahead, T-Gat.
Well, that's not 4.5 minutes. 4.5 minutes is short, but blessed love. A long time we don't talk, but just be here to something. I'm just I don't know if you want to correct you or whatever.
You want to correct me, or you want attempt to correct me? Which one?
Attempt to correct you. I even said that Craig Butler was pushing the narrative with JPL Baller. I never said that. I never said JPL Baller one bit. I never said that. I think I said JPL Baller. I never said JPL Baller. I never said that. I said local. No. Let me tell you. I said local baller, and that's yes. And I can send you the clip. I can send you the clip now. Yes, but yes. You just start on the GFF, and I'm going to do a great
The coach assignment, they come out in their public and say the coach assignment is to get them to the World Cup. So with the Copa and the Nation League and World Cup, those are bonuses. You understand? And if we want to do a grade, the grade for the World Cup qualification is 100% because they win 2 out of 2.
Yes. Well said. Well said.
And then come out and say his assignment is to get them to the World Cup. Now, why you want to do?
So all on Tiga people complain about. So first you guys said that the mic was low for Jamaican Guna. Now you're saying the mic is too loud for Tiga. Tiga, let me deal with each one of your statements. So you're saying that it's hypocrisy coming from the JFF because they had said that everything they hinge it on is based off the actual World Cup qualifiers, and then they're going to assess it after that. And now they're assessing a different conversation, but they are going to say it's him resigned. They're gonna say he's the one that walked away from it, you know. So they're gonna say it's not their fault. So what's you see about that?
Yeah, but my thing about it, you know, it was leading up to his being fired. So when people want fire, you know, and you want to have a good recommendation, they tell you to resign. You understand?
Yeah.
That's what happened. When people want to fire you, or them about to fire you, and you want a good recommendation, they say, okay, resign. But there was a lot of things going on in the JFF.
All right.
JD, I have to call you back.
All right. Oh my God, Tiga is a special human being here. So, anyways, I understand Tiga, but I think the JFF covers their hands to make sure it's him. They're gonna say resigned. All right, so it's not going to come off like they are broken their rules. But obviously, honestly, I think everybody would agree what Tiga's saying. All right, I included me as well. Yeah, but Tiga says that they took away him. All right, so all the people that said they wanted to call in now, so I can take the calls over that time, people, please. All right. Yeah, Tiga is different, man. Yes, so Tiga, I've never said JPL players. I've said local players. That's what I've said. All right. Malik said, I don't know when we gonna figure out these old men in the JFF is the problem in our football. That is what Malik says. All right, 1 second, guys. I was just trying to get some more things running. I don't even think I need to match this Omari Hutchinson statement with the conversation here. I think this alone can bring the conversation, period. JD, you sound decent today, although you bad me up. No, man, I've always been fair. I've always been fair as it relates to, okay. Oh, okay. This is the big bad Demo. All right. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Demo. How are you doing?
Morning, boss. Big up everybody in the comment section. You can hear me well?
Yes, man. You are the in-between all of those scholars. The one that is not low or not loud. All right? You are perfectly fine.
Why for the in-between?
Oh, my God. Jesus. Demo, you're in America. It doesn't speak Jamaican.
No.
All right?
In-between. No, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I am sorry. I never meant nothing like that. What Demo saying, nothing like that. Go ahead, Demo. Jesus, God. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. So basically, JD, I guess I'm at a loss for words. And by the way, a lot of YouTubers have come out and think say them did have the power to fire the man, and they make the man get fired and all that. So they never do nothing. So all the YouTubers who think they only make the man get fired, only never do.
So which idiot would have think like that? Which idiot would have actually think like that?
Because we see, when name JT
Oh
they do
God.
one show one time and say, yo, rate it here. So you feel like say, some of them feel like say them have the power.
No, no, nobody has the power. The man walk away, or the man come to an understanding, and it's based on what he didn't get. That was he couldn't get his control as to what all. If we go back in history, all coaches couldn't get their control for Jamaica team.
Yeah, so pretty much I'm just at a loss for words. I honestly feel dejected. Not necessarily because the coach leave and all of that, because you know I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of results, JD. Zin?
Yeah.
And you know the whole proper thing from before. I know the coach who was hired to get us to the World Cup was 2 from 2, 6 points from 6 points. And it now seems like the things are going to just be so derailed. And I mean, for all we know, we might get a better a coach and him win the next couple games or whatever. But for me, at this point in time, I feel like, yo, too much mix up are going. Like, me just can't bother. And the thing is, on June 13th, I made a post on Oral Tracy's page. And I said, at this point, I think that the coach is going to walk out because a beer madness are going in the JFF. I'm just go scroll and find it and post it. So I'm going to say, see, they so said, so done. But yeah, so I'm dejected. I'm going to just have 2 questions for you, JD, and then my the first one is, if you can give me 3 of the candidates where you have to take over the job. And then the second question is, I also saw in the Observer where there was like some allowance he must have asked for, but wasn't a part of his contract.
Wow. So, Dima, before you go anywhere now. I never know that that's public. When was that public? Today?
No, boss, relax now. Relax. So there was some allowance he asked for. We're not in a contract, and you know that was a part of the reason of his firing. So maybe hang up, free up the line, and maybe listen for your answer.
All right. Dima love set me up in a man, Jesus God. But I had said something a month ago, but people never listen. All right, Dima. All right, I'm gonna answer. All right, so Demo, I've answered Demo already. You know, the first one about the coaching. I think it all comes down to the what you want. Jamaica have the luxury to choose more than one different ways going forward. We can go with a mixture, and we just said that we are gonna build a vibes for our time and try to see what we could get out of the Build a Vibes Foundation. We could use that. If you're gonna go that way, Merangard would be one of the first choice. Miguel Coley would have been the second choice, even though he would have been a little bit more costly. Yes, but if you're going to go the next route now, I think that's where the big difference comes in. The first one came to mind, to mix pace with power and a little bit of technical ability. I wanted to go, I had my in mind is Dino Ray. Dino Ray did coach Suriname once. He got Suriname on the front footing once, and also he got Curacao stabilized as well. Clearly, he had he has so much power, so he can he influenced Suriname to get all of these new players, and the federation never liked it for Suriname, so they said he's getting too powerful. That's why they moved him on. It was nothing to do with performances. He put Suriname in a true conversation to go in the top 6, and then he stabilized his Curacao after Curacao had problems with Goosey Dink and those guys leaving. So I think he has the fine balance with technical ability. I think he can bring the best out of Karai Anderson, KC Palmer. KC Palmer could be world class under him. The wingers them would be exceptional, and forwards would be very good. And we have passing centre back. So and he knows the region already. So he would have been on it, and I don't think he would have been so high. He would have been costly, way more than the Jamaican players them, coaches them. But I don't think he's going to be higher. So I would put him on third on my list. So third. So he's good enough to get the job done, because we saw him did similar things with weaker squads. So Dino Ray would have gone third for me. All right. So I can't even answer it fully because people calling in. Hello. Good afternoon. All right. So don't know who is that. I was trying to close my point, and the person calling and not. I will call you guys back when I'm done. So Dino Ray was my first one. I said I'm gonna call what I said I'm gonna call back. Just hold on. Can Dino Ray speak English? Yes, he can, but Netherlands is his first language. Obviously he's from Netherlands. But you're calling a person to develop player that can truly develop quality players. That's for one, and also get the best out of the better players them as well. And the attractive football that you want, he would have brought that there. I think he would have been the perfect candidate for you because you see what he's doing with you see what he did for Curacao and for Suriname as well. So that's why I would say he would be the perfect one, tied between the balance of what he can offer. All right. But you have others. I have a guy from Honduras. I have that on my list. I'm gonna talk about it right after people. Go ahead, Carla. I'm sorry about that.
Adel here, Vincent.
Yeah, Adel, how you doing? How you doing? Yes, I'm trying to give you top three, but Carla's calling Demo, so I can't go over the top three because I want to educate the people on what these guys did. But I have to take the callers, so let me just take the callers. Go ahead, Carla. Go ahead.
My concern is that football education is the main problem that the country having with moving forward. It shows with decision making of the GFF, and also when we introduce the JPL players, they don't seem to understand tactics any at all. I don't know what can be done if it's that we need to implement more academies or something like that, because I think most of them need to be in the classroom to learn football.
All
what
right.
we're doing now, we're going to have the same problems going on and on and on. So the World Cup dream that we have will always be speaking of 98. We won't move forward from there.
Okay. So so you're not expecting us to qualify. You think that even if we make the decision now, it's not going to be good enough?
The decision now for me is not bad, because when Hallgrimsson came in, for me he was a good manager then, but he started straying from his principles, and once you start coaching and stray from your principles, you'll never move forward, because things that you expected of Hallgrimsson, he started going against them stuff. And the loyalty to players that is throwing him under the bus is what he should. Because I think he was so loyal to Low that even when Low not playing good, have him on the field, playing in a role that he don't understand any at all. Because even when you watch the games, some mistakes that Low makes in games, schoolboy thing, it's like you're watching a Diaspora Cup or a Manning Cup game. The mistakes professional footballers are supposed to make.
All right, fair point. I can't beat on anything because all of those points I've actually echoed over the past few days. So I can't say anything on that. I slightly believe that we can get someone in and cover over the crack because of the talented squad that we truly have. You understand me? And that's why I said I would have gone for Dino Ray on my list, because I wanted someone to boost, just qualify based off talent. But obviously, we're not going to get Jamaica playing to our full potential, maybe closer until the World Cup itself. But definitely, could have get the result them based on just talent.
We can, and going back to a point that I heard you make earlier about Casey Palmer. The Casey Palmer that plays for Coventry, we're not doing our best to utilize that Casey Palmer when he's with the national team. Casey Palmer is not a midfielder that is going to sit. He's a creative midfielder. So unless we have a definite number 6 that will do the dirty work, you will not get the best out of Casey Palmer. We're asking him to do much defensive work.
Agreed. All right, big ball, big baller. Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in and stuff, and definitely call in when we have the next program. All right.
All All right.
Yeah, yeah. Well said, well said, well said. Let me call back this number. Hello, good afternoon.
Manners and respect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. We called back, but you weren't it wasn't working at first. Yeah. So go ahead. You have the floor, big boss. How are you doing?
Yeah, man. Morning. Respect to everybody in the chat, man. So first and foremost, I want to address a few things. Let's look at Leon Bailey and the criticism and the crucifixion when Leon Bailey get against the federation. Where is the same criticism for the federation? Last night, I watched
Hold on. You ask a question, then you jump into ranting. Please control the ranting part. Just say the things and then when you ask me a question, I can answer. All right? You have the floor, but you are dictate the conversation. Go ahead.
All right, I'm not really ranting. So the next one, but last night I watched the match, right?
Yes.
And I said Damian Lowe playing 90 minutes. How is Damian Lowe playing 90 minutes? The first half of the match, all him do is point fingers where he want the ball go. There was no midfield. Understand him want leave centre back and come in at the midfield playing CDM, nothing is wrong. But when the defender them have the ball, he not show, he not do nothing. All me see him do a point, right? And me expect say, alright, the coach will look into it and possibly take him off for the second half. No, him play 90 minutes and him end up cause the third goal for happen by just slouching him.
Yes. He was lazy to come forward. But he was tired. He was tired long time in the game.
And pretty much when I look on it, like me personally, I don't think this is a coach decision. I think this is a JFF decision to have Lowe play 90 minutes, right? But where is the accountability for the JFF? When we look at it, we really see back now and I say, is it really Leon Bailey the problem, or is it really the JFF and the corruption and the politics is the problem? And I don't think replacing the coach, getting a new coach will solve these problems.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. So everybody calling in, pretty much saying that we have a strong chance not going nowhere anytime soon because we have to get rid of. So you don't think we can still qualify based on us flat out being more talented than majority of the other teams them?
No, certainly not. Because
oh God.
The root of the problem is the head. And it's JFF and the Federation is the problem for years and years and years. Replacing a coach won't do nothing because when you really sit back and look at it, like how much power do we think the coach have? Any manager, any coach where them get, how much power do they have? Because at the end of the day, when you look at Damian Lowe playing 90 minutes, that cannot be a coach decision. There's no coach who are going to look on a man, point fingers first half and keep him on the field for the next second half. That is a federation decision. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. I get your point. There. And that Damian Lowe in midfield, I still can't understand it. I think that the coach figured out that he's not better than the other centre backs them, which we had for the sad thing about this coach, everything that we say two months in advance, he refuted it and then go back on his word after. So it almost led we to not have any confidence in the coach after. Because if we are saying something like the Lembekisa situation, Damian Lowe situation, Bowser situation, Whisper situation, Kaim Dixie situation, it just seems like I can understand where people coming from because it's so blatant. So I can understand where people said other people dibbling in the situation and it makes things difficult. Because remember when I was building my stream and I said to you guys, Jamaica have to always win in spite of what we are doing. What we are doing don't boost us to win no games. It's always in spite of what we are doing, we win games. And what I meant by that is we have to add more people to the team. You have to force a local player into the team. And when I say local player, I'm talking a local playing player in the team, not a local born player. So Liam Bailey them deserve to make the team. Shaman Nichols deserve to make the team. Blake and them man they deserve to make the team. But this story of always trying to force them in the team, which is the local playing players. And then you have to win on top of that. So that's what I was always saying. So I agree with you, Nakala. I agree with you. But I still believe if we get a good coach now, we can still qualify if we get the right group. in spite of to catch on people on the board. Because
And even an earlier caller mentioned that the Observer published the article. Like, the end of the day, Observer is a local thing. It's all corruption. We don't know if the coach actually demanded more commission or whatever. But at the end of the day, the same energy we have, I'm going to look for even my friend him turn against Leon Bailey because of him demands and because of the requirements. The simple requirements. We have to put the same energy towards the federation because at the end of the day, them are the head. And there's too many people for years now pointing finger at the federation and there's no accountability placed on the federation to give results.
Right.
No matter which puppet them put, it's the federation is the problem. Part of the narrative and say, okay, which coach we can think about can come in and really solve the problem. When we look on the match yesterday, it is some simple things the ballers them cannot control, which means that I don't believe also that is the best 11 players coming out of Jamaica. That is not a coach decision, that is a federation decision. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. Respect, big boss. Respect. You brought some good points, which I can't disagree with. All right. Some people in the chat still challenging certain things, which you know that is a part of it. All right. Yeah, so respect, all right. Yeah, so I have 2 more calls coming in, so let me just take the calls them. Guys, please do hit the like button. We have 300 people here, and we said we wanted 250 likes, and we don't get the 250 likes. That is very sad from you guys. So you find the like button is press the screen. You're just gonna see the like, the share, and the subscription button comes up. All right, very easy to do. All right. Good day, Mr. Damien. How are you doing? And you're online, so go ahead.
JD, good morning. Well, good afternoon, wherever you are.
Yes, I am alive and I'm at home. I'm not sleeping so much.
Well, I'm glad you got some rest. Well, JD, I remember I called into your show last week.
Yeah.
I said to you, you could bring Christ himself, nothing will change.
All right.
Everything starts from the head and it trickles down. We have, in my eyes, this is the best team that I've seen from a kid growing up watching Jamaica play to present. We have a lot of quality players, right? But we have to give it trickles down from the staff. The head has to empower the staff, has to empower the coach, and has to empower the players. You have to give them the tools for them to be successful. And the days of the dark ages are done. It's done. It's over. Even though Jamaica is still behind, but it's still it's not that behind because you have this thing called smartphone. You have internet. You can go on and search and Google anything that you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way that we think has to evolve. We can't keep screaming about a player like Leon Bailey. Although I know JD, according to you, you're saying that he's overrated. And yes, he did, bro. He has some bad ways.
According to me, Leon Bailey is overrated.
Yeah, I know you really don't like
you know say anytime I come to America, me after to be do a thump up match. You just get on my nerves every day. What is your problem?
You come to the States. I'll pick you up.
Me off war because this man what brother, when have I said Leon Bailey is overrated and context matters to conversation because he can be overrated to be put on Messi's level. That's what I would maybe talk about. Just stop it, man. You're Leon Bailey bodyguard, man. Jesus God, go ahead. You were starting off so good and you just start worried me. Oh my God, Jesus God. People, this is determined on the line. He's determined to have a problem with me. Go ahead, determined.
JD, you see what the caller said? The same energy that we use against Leon Bailey. And I forget Craig, right? Craig, every last one of them is on a mission, right? I'm just talking about the organization itself. Right? The same energy that you use against
Bailey, and that's the same energy I want you and all these podcasters to do when it comes to the injustice of what's going on with our federation.
And honesty yourself. You don't think that I have held up my part of the bargain to hold the federation accountable? Because as in, you don't think so. Let me know. I'll be honest to you.
To be honest, you have, but I don't see you you don't go all the way like you do with a Leon Bailey. Like when you speak
or my tone shit. So you want me to go back to my jungle badness behavior type thing? That's the way I should talk.
You know what? To be honest, JD, if it was up to me, when I was in Africa last year, right? I felt sorry for this kid. This kid stole a purse, right? And they beat him. I think he probably died that day. The crowd jumped on him and beat him right there in front of me. If it was up to me, right, I would be camping out in front of the president house, the vice president house with picket cards and just throwing eggs and rocks at them every morning until they resign. Because this is sick. It's sickening, JD.
Damien, I'm gonna show you that I'm one of the most misunderstood person in this category. You know that I brought Mr. Speed the other day on, and I've confronted Mr. Speed and say if Liam Bailey come first thing, you have make Liam Bailey don't come back in your team until him apologize and make sure it no cause no problem, because it can be problematic if him say no one play and then him come turn up. So Uno for make a decision and don't wait on the coach. 2 months later, the same problem happen. Because of miscommunication. Let me finish and show you, know. And then me confront Mr. Speed and say, Mr. Speed, only not have the balls. Because if Liam Bailey can walk in as to what you're saying, the reggae girls them can't walk in. Nobody never confront them like that. But because me not behave loud and aggressive anymore, it seems like you know, realize me I get more answers out of people, and them him come out and say, it's only 2, and we're gonna try to work on it, and then people beat him in a chat, and then the next time he come back, him say, all right, then everybody can come back now. The new coach can pick everybody. So you realize I pretty much fix that problem, because the fans get involved and solve the problem and put them under pressure and say, yo, you can make Liam Bailey do what you want, but Khadija Shah can't come back, and what Liam Bailey did was way more outspoken than that situation. So so I'm trying to show you that sometimes me not being aggressive is just to make the conversation flow so I can get to my standpoints then.
Gotcha. And that's fair, because you do have to, you can't really come off as aggressive. You do have to give these people the chance to explain the narrative. But what I'm saying, JD, where do we go from here when it's the same thing? It's a revolving door. What good can come out of this, of us hiring a new coach? How do you think the players even feel? You saw Pinnock. Pinnock is a world-class player, and the way that this guy, he didn't even want to be on the field. Where can we go from here?
So where can we go from here? We have to cover the cracks them or restart completely. I still believe that we can cover the crack and be good enough to get over the line, and then try to fix things as it goes, which always might never work, to be honest. But our intention is to make a World Cup to gain as much money so we can invest it in more things. And some people would say, but the last time we made World Cup, we never invested in nothing. So I don't even know. I'm confused, because I have to just live and hoping that it works out as to what I truly want. But I'm not sure, because I'm answering even my own questions as well that I have in my head.
Right.
You understand me? So I have to just put it out there and hope that it actually they actually just change the corner and realize that it helps them as well by doing this. You understand me? Because you're gonna have better local players by pumping more money in the infrastructures. You understand me? So that's what I'm just trying to pray that they do see it from the standpoint.
JD, and I'm not crazy, and you're not crazy. This has been going on. I'm 38 years old. This has been going on since I was a kid to present, right? and this administration continue to create chaos. Chaos breeds opportunity. And it's not opportunity for us as fans, opportunity for them to take and do what they want to do. Right? But JD, I'll end on this. We have generations, the kids, youths looking at this organization, and they're probably confused as we are confused, right? This organization is supposed to open doors to change lives and do it responsibly. But the thing is, we don't want to work for it. I came to this country and I had to work my ass off to build my business. I worked hard to build it. The Federation don't want that. It's a grab, fix, and grab, fix. That's it. They don't want to build anything. Then what are we setting for the future generation? What are we doing? When it comes to Jamaicans as a whole, we are great people. And we have to continue to say this and remind people of this. A little island of 3 million people changed the whole world. I hope that these guys listen to you, listen to your show, and look themselves in the mirror and realize that they're the problem, not Leon Bailey, not Butler. You are the one that set the standard. You're the Federation. The Federation set the standard. Do it the right way. I beg of you. And that's all I have to say.
All right, respect, caller, respect. That is the great determined people. I had missed a call. Whosoever I've missed the call from, please call back because I think I've missed the call, so you can call back, please. All right, yeah. Ghostnik said JFF is not setting no standard, and it's sad. You would think that they want better for the young youths coming up. So let me ask. I'm gonna try and dig deeper, because sometimes people do things that they can only resonate to. All right. So would it be better if the overall body? I'm gonna do some research to see if you can bring, like, because Jamaica is out of many one people, So if you can put some rules that you have more than, like, on the board, you have people from all over that's Jamaican. So you could get a mixed of understanding to sort this problem out, because majority of our things we are doing, ladies and men, we're having people from different regions, and I believe that the bunch of local people only, I don't think all of them up to speed to think out of the box. So I think that if we spread the overall information and the overall placements worldwide, I think we can come to a better understanding majority of the time. I actually believe that, but because I don't know if that's an actual thing, I can't speak on it so much. So I'm going to try and get as much information. Because I think that if you have more people on the board that are from America, that are from England, all of the locations that we have a lot of diaspora at, you could mix it with the locals, so everyone can come to a complete understanding, and then maybe a lot more things can fix in the future. You get me? Because if we're going to have everybody from local, obviously they can resonate to local only. You understand me? So it doesn't, and they're going to think that they're great, and they should think that way as well. We have to be honest to ourselves. They should think that way, because I am from local, and if I was there and don't have the knowledge that I have today, I would say that I'm better than Ethan Pinnock. Even though I know it's madness, I will still say that as well. You understand me? And I will fight for that as well. You get me? So I honestly believe that this is the first way we have to change things. Bring people from all places,
especially where we're enough at, which is Canada, United States, and England. So get the diaspora involved. We already have the coaches. We already have some of the people that play for Jamaica. Get them involved in decision making so you can get a better understanding, because I truly believe that sometimes these guys don't know. And over the years that I've been speaking with them, I know that they truly don't know. Because if you realize, remember, when I was talking to Mr. Speed 3 years ago, Mr. Speed said most of the youth them don't want to come and play for Jamaica. We had to prove to him that the youth them would have wanted to play. They just never got the opportunity. Or maybe we never reached out in the right manner. Then we reached out in the right manner. Then we have a whole field full of U20s, U17s, and the national team. So we have to start make rules to take them off. You saw life funny. So at first we thought that they wanted to come at 25, 27, 28. But once we talk it out and people can understand certain things, it just completely changed. You understand me? So I think that is something to go forward, but maybe it's already installed, and maybe we as diaspora and just not taking advantage of it. But I'm going to try and reach out to them to see what's up, because I truly believe that sometimes they just need advice, or they just need somebody else on the table to give them a different opinion. Because sometimes when we proved, because on YouTube we are just here. Most of us not doing any coaching or nothing. But we can just clearly see the truth that Low, not the third best centre-back in Jamaica team. I said that 2 months ago and people beat me. But after these 2 games, people clearly saw what I was saying. You understand me? But obviously you have an affinity towards these players because you believe that if they succeed, you will succeed as well. You get me? So you are fighting for that cause. But when you hear a different opinion, you tend to at least access that opinion, run through it, and you learn something different. If you have everybody thinking the same, they're going to come up with the same things. Because they don't have any other experience. And that's why I've said, that's why our coaches them fail, because we build them up and then we put them in the national team. They have never gone to Trinidad. They have never gone to England. They have never gone to Costa Rica. So what they do, they know. What Fuzzy know. What Merangard know. They never gone to none of these places. So you need to let them fight for what they truly want. And when they're successful, like Mr. Man that works with Schaefer's the last time, Miguel Coley, you bring them back. So, give the people them that fights for the success, the actual position. Not just build your people them, because we do it in different instances. We do it with the coaching, we do it with the players them, because we give the players them opportunity, and when they get good, we send them overseas, then we don't pick them again. Then Miguel Coley them learn and get good, then they don't come back in. You understand? We need to give those people opportunity and stop trying to push those people away to build a next person again. You understand me? So that's what I think is a problem. I'm listening to everything and I've realized that, okay, if we can just clearly see it blatant right here, the only thing we don't have a bias. We just want Jamaica to win. But these people inside local have a bias, so they would love Jamaica to win, But they want these people to be successful as well, because they couldn't be successful, so they want to see through their eyes by these local players being successful. And that is the problem in the national team, which I can understand it as well. I can actually understand it, Because remember, I was born in Jamaica as well, But if I was there, not knowing what I know today, my approach would have been the same as well, people. I hope I've broken that down properly, so you guys can look at it from that standpoint, And I think opening up to everybody, so we get Diaspora on board, just like how Diaspora get involved to scout players for youth 15, 17, 20, national team. It's the same way they would have evolved the JPL, the JFF administration. This is the same way. Mr. Speed, if you're listening, that is something very good to really open the market, if it's not a thing already. If it's not a thing already, that would have been something to really open the market, because now you'd have gotten everyone to have a say, and everyone wants the same thing, but they might come at it different ways. But you need to know the different ways to know what you're choosing is the correct way.
All right. But if you don't have anybody to object anything, you're going to always believe that what you're saying is the only way. All right. Yes. So that's what, when I'm looking at everything, I think that is the main problem, you know, but I will try and get them on and see, or try to get to them and hear their sides, you know. JD, that they might not have all the knowledge initially. However, it is crucial for them to be open to change, willing to learn, and proactive in seeking out information. But you have to understand, sometimes, and I've always started my conversation, you know, Jamaica is one of the biggest peer pressure country in the world. We have one of the biggest peer pressure systems in the world. All right. Most of us that becomes incredibly successful is because we are willing to change. But sometimes we have all the skills, but we maybe don't have the skill to evade the peer pressure from Jamaica. All right, so it's not everyone, and I'm not picking up for them, Brian Burke, which you know I'm not. But I'm just saying the peer pressure coming from Jamaica is very hard to evade. So sometimes we have to take ourselves out of the society first before we can evade it, because it's not a lot of us strong enough to evade it from inside. And most of these people, they're always inside. So it's hard for them to evade that problem. I'm telling you, because I've never seen certain things until I truly leave Jamaica, to be honest. And I couldn't see it from any other side. And I know that I had the talent to gain what I wanted, but I just couldn't see it because that was my reality. And most of these guys, that's their reality. You understand me? So I just believe that opening up something bigger would actually expose a lot more things to help it, you know? Yes, JD, them want success, but a certain people and player them want to give it. But you can understand why they want that, because that is what they can resonate to. All right. Loot and Fire, big up yourself. JFF pissed off all football mothers and fathers in the diaspora. Some parents grow their children in football to somehow one day play for Jamaica. Jamaica will see them. That is true, Loot and Fire. And it took me to be in this position to know that was an actual case, and you're 100% correct there. Israel said, JD, you're beating a dead horse. What you saying about in their DNA, the British leave very toxic. Okay, all right, but we have to change someday, you know, because the problem in life, you know, if you get the information and you don't want to take information in to do better, you become the problem. You understand me? So I know that I might be beating a dead horse, but it's something that we have to talk about. That's the way we start getting players to play for Jamaica, you know. Because we sit down and have the conversation, you know. So we have to sit down and have the conversation. Going forward, people, or else we're going to have serious problems. I can tell you that. You understand me? We're going to have serious problems. Guys, we have 10 more minutes. Just give it a take. I will put the Omari Hutchinson in more detail. All right? The reason why I never wanted to put this in it, because in the end, because I never knew that the Hallgrimsson stake would have took on a life of its own. You understand me? That's the problem right here. But it took on a life of its own, so I will do this as a continuation and the rest of the subjects that I wanted to talk about, which is the Omari Hutchinson, which is the other games them, and the Jamaica game as well. All right, because I had some key points that I've looked at that I wanted to really chop up. All right. Shane says Diaspora has to be involved at that administration level. That's why because I don't know if that's the case. I have to make sure I check in and get as much education as possible and have some conversation. If that's not the case, or we could go about it. Because clearly, people helping was always in a diaspora. So where is that hand for them to have a statement, you know? And you can write it in your bylaws to make sure it becomes a thing. You get me? So we don't go back to the 1998 policy. You get me? Because we keep on having that in our head, because that's the only thing we can resignate to. You understand me? And that is the biggest problem right there. JD, you know, we think too much out of the box, because the girls qualify for 2 World Cup just because of quality and nobody putting players to bust them. All right. Joe Grind says, "What's the plan going forward?" The plan going what I've actually summarized from this video. The plan going forward is you have three ways. If you're going fully local, because of what people believe in the federation, majority of the people, you have to go with a local coach and set up a camp to get the best out of those local players so they can become better in the next 4 years, so you can depend on them. Because it makes no sense trying to sell people and then they don't go anywhere. All right. And if you're going to go with the same strategy now of the overseas players, mixed with the best local Jamaican players or the best players, period. You have to get a coach that syncs with their system. Look at all the players that they have, at least between 20 and 27, so you know that you have them for the next 12 to 5 to 12 years. So you have a system for 3 cycles, because these players are so much in the system, because we have more than 25, 30 players between the age group. So because you have that, you can plan for the next 12 years. All right. So that's how you're going to base the coach, based on that system for the next 12 years. You understand me? So that's the way going forward for me, Joe Grind. And that is the obvious plan to go forward. Assess what you have and how long of a stretch you have it for, and pick according to that. That is the way you go with that, and that's the only way you can go. So if you go local player, that's what you go for. You just go for Mirren Garden and all of those guys. That might not cost you so much, and you structure the plan and let people know in the overall society what you have planned for that amount of time. If people don't want to buy into it, they don't. And if people want to buy into it, they buy into it. You understand me? And if for the overseas players, them know, as I said, Schaefer's would have been a good organization or organizer for the team. Obviously, he would have a way better player. And I can tell you, aside from Schaefer, I've never heard anybody else get better organization ratings than Schaefer's for Jamaica. You understand me? So I would put him back on the list. I'm gonna seek the number 1. So I have Deanery and Schaefer's on my 2 players on the list. My 2 players on the list so far. So I'm gonna get the number 1. As it relates to Demo's next question, Demo says that he heard it's because the coach asked for outside extra capital outside from what he signed on. Well, Demo, 1 month ago I've said that on my program, but no one remembered it. That's why I was shocked when you said it to me. All right? Yes, because sometimes I've said things, but people don't listen. So I've said that 1 month ago because I heard the same thing as well, And based on what I heard, I never supported the coach's take to want more. Because if you signed on something and you signed on based off the love of Jamaica when you came here and missed and see some things that you would love to flex your muscle because it could help you to get a better job and all of those things, I never wanted to agree with it. All right? That was the stance I took at that time. I will go back again now, assess it properly, get from a different source than the one that I got first, and see if it changes my opinion. But for me, if you sign on something, and obviously that means you sign on something, you never expected the thing to turn out in success so fast. That's why you signed on that. Then you want more. I think that is I don't respect that. I think you know that it was a poor situation you put yourself in. So wanting more money based on what the team did, I don't agree with it at this point. With more information, because maybe the side that I'm getting information from, try to skew it their way. But if I get it from a different way, a different side, maybe I can understand it a little bit better. But from the side that I got it from, I think I don't agree for him wanting more money at the time, Is Schaefer's available? Schaefer said anytime you get the chance, anytime so Jamaica calls him, he's ready to represent Jamaica. He was ready from the last time. Schaefer's. 1 second, let me see. Schaefer's. I'm trying to get it up. Schaefer's Jamaica.
All right, so let me put it up here. All right, so that is good right there. All right, so let me get it here to see transfer market. All right. So we're Schaefer's. All right, so Schaefer's without a club. Yes, he's free, but he's 74-year-old. So I would have to check back with him to see if he wants the job now because maybe he's getting a little bit old. David Day says, JD, good point of discussion. Thank you very much, man. And those are the things that we want because at least it can lead to something. Yes, he's available. He's available. So maybe I don't think he can set a 12-year plan, but I don't think he would have seen out the entire 12-year. So maybe you would have to take him on now and plot how you're going to sync the next coach with him. After that, because if he's 74, 12 years from now, he's going to be a little bit older. You understand me? Yes, but definitely, definitely. He's not going to want to stay past certain time, but he could fit something in, and he did a lot of organization the last time he came for Jamaica. This is the only time I've seen, not even under Rennie Simons, I've seen people praise Jamaica as the Schaefer's. Not even under Rennie Simons, and he never had all the best players. If he gets this squad, I think he does better with this one. All right, get Simons while you're at it. All right, so Simons back. All right, Simons talked highly of this squad, because he said, he says that he had a weaker squad and did good, so this is one of the best Jamaica squad possible. All right, so guys, we have 371 people in the house. People, please, let me get up to 300 likes. Very easy to do so. All right, so press your screen or double tap your screen and you're going to see the like, share, and subscription button comes up. Please click it and we get to the 300 and then we know that we did our job. Jason, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. We were shouting out early on here, but you never said anything. All right. Tapper in. Okay. Demo, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I should have put Tapper. I should have put Tapper on the list of locals if we are going the local route. So you're right. To make the three, Tapper, Meron Garden, and my boy, what's his name? I kept forgetting his name. The one that worked with Schaefer the last time. Those three would have been on the table. JD, are you saying that Grimmy is out? Yes. That's what we have seen right here. That's what we have seen right here. So that's the case. Get coach and daily while you're at it. Well, the amount of bad word I would have gotten, the amount of both my mother them would have tell me, and the amount of dead threat me that I get because me on my YouTube channel and I work out things and actually accurately I work out things and still I get dead threat. So imagine, oh my God. All right, so Miguel Coley. Javi, I'll look one job. We can't sign Javi, lovely beauty. All right. Hold on. Let me search for something first. Have I missed anything? Okay. Hold on. All right. Hello, welcome to Imaxit Football.
Yes, hello, Imaxit. What go on?
We are live, and you're calling, so you know that you're live because I don't see in the chat, but you're calling. So why are you sneaking around?
Well, I'm learning to listen more and talk less.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, big boss.
I have to call in and just give a few takes on this thing. So I guess you have mentioned a few times in the program today that you have been speaking for the last month or so, and you have been saying a few things that would lend us to believe that this could be happening sooner rather than later. while I was doing the live match last night, they had a shot on the bench of Hallgrimsson and Gordon sitting beside each other,
Mm-hmm.
and I half jokingly said, and there's a picture of our soon to be former coach and our next coach right there in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a few people in the chat, kind of laughed at the comment and laughed it off, but I was being dead serious because, you could kind of feel the energy of Hallgrimsson. I think the day for me that kind of cemented it was the CVM debacle when they put out this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that whole fiasco between himself and Butler and Chung before the picking of this Copa America squad was probably the final in the coffin as far as Hallgrimsson was concerned, because I think you made a point when he first got the job in his first interview, and I think people gave you a lot of grief for your comment, but you made a comment and I think it ran true in the end. He made sure to mention that he didn't want to make the mistake in this job that he had made in his job in Qatar by not learning the culture or learning the people, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you making a comment when he said that and said, boy, I don't know if that's the right route to take. Because what ends up happening after you do that is everybody has their tentacles and they put it inside and they say, okay, this is what we want out of you being here. And if he goes and he listens to every single person that's telling them from their perspective what they want out of this national team, in the end, there's no way he could be making decisions solely based on football anymore. And he'd be bringing in all kinds of other metrics that cause the team to look the way it does, right? So you were quite prophetic when you made that statement, because for me, that is what was his ultimate demise.
I know that.
Because
I know that.
Every single person that you talk to in Jamaica have a different idea of what the ideal situation for the national team would be. So in the end, it comes down to, who has the better sales pitch, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think can benefit yourself in the long run more? And the minute he started to make those things guide his decisions was the start of his ending. And I think we saw it play out over the course of the last 2 years. Each squad that he has picked has had one, I guess you would say, messiah that had to be there based on nothing other than potential. And the minute I saw him start to do that, I knew it was the start of his demise, because he's now compromising players. When they look at the squad, I don't want to name any players, but you guys can probably guess some of the players that I might be referring to. I think some of the ways that they were dealt with, in that when they're fit and healthy, they look at the team, they don't have a place in the team, but they are better players than players that they would see on the team. And I think that in the end causes them to maybe lose that, that desire to represent Jamaica, because they're seeing that it's a joke thing, right? How can you be picking players that haven't done anything in football? I am here, fit, ready to go, and you're not putting me on the team. So I think he compromised himself too early, or pretty much compromised himself for no reason. Because if what Speed said is true, that he had full autonomy and he could do whatever he wanted, then I don't know what the need was to try to appease all these different factions in Jamaica. And I think a coach has to come. If the next coach, if we do go for an overseas coach, which I don't think we will right now, I think Marion Garden will be the coach.
Okay.
But if we happen to go for another overseas coach, right? The main thing for that coach to do is to isolate himself into a bubble, have him and his coaching staff, and don't deal with nobody.
So I guess everybody turn into me now. Everybody turn into the man when everybody that born out here first, cause me get a beat when me say that don't.
Yes, I was scared because those times I was doing programs with you a lot, and I remember when you said it, and I remember the chat reaction saying, "Boy, JD, how you mean? The man have to learn Jamaican people and the culture and this and that and the third, right?"
But we tell us that Jamaican culture is we just talk about it, how hard Jamaican culture is to get away from if you're in it. So if you don't separate yourself from it, you will become a part of it very, very fast. You can't just be there and talking about what you want, analyze and really and truly, your intention was to qualify for Jamaica to the World Cup. So what that truly have to do with culture, when really and truly our main motto is out of many one people, and at that time, majority of the resources is coming from overseas. I that's where I really thought that the culture statement was very much far out. Like, what are you telling me? Are you telling me that you get a different job aside from what they're telling me? You know, so I wanted to pick his brain on that at that time, you know, but it is what it is. It gone.
And just to nail home this point, right? The reason why I think it's dangerous for any coach to come here and try to, you know, basically get ideas or speak to all the different factions in Jamaican football. If you sat down 10 directors in Jamaican football and asked them for their vision, you know, you get 10 different things. So it's not like a person is coming and learning a culture that is actually in uniform with each other. Everybody is going different directions. So how is that really helpful to your cause if you're trying to basically learn what everybody would want to do? But the problem is there's not one set way that people look at football in Jamaica because we lack a football culture.
Well, that's why 2 years spent and him still tell us him I get for sort of team. Now that's the problem. Because what you're trying to use to base your team off is so divided as to what you said. You have to keep on repeating. That's why Whisper get picked, then a Kaim Dixon get turned after, then a Phillips get turned after. Because every time you do something else and you go on par with someone else, you have to change the narrative going forward. So you're not going to get what you truly want. So you have to just stick with your own plan. But give you a final take because we only have 2 more minutes. What you think about Jamaica? You think we can make it work up off of just the talent what we have? I've asked everyone that question.
Look, I think if we do make it to the World Cup based on how it's going right now, it would be, you know, we're scraping and we somehow get the results to get there. Because currently how it is, JD, I feel like, you know, as I said, I don't believe that we'll go for an overseas coach. I could be wrong on this, but I just don't.
We will, man. We will. If we are gonna keep these players, we will. It's not going to. Believe me, you're gonna see players don't turn up. And let me say something here. If Moran God needs the coach, a lot of players not turning up. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. All right, so let me just click me right there again, because I'm telling you to click me always. So I think by force of hand, we will. And maybe I may find the coach as well too. Yeah, let me take on erase that statement. Just go ahead, Jason.
I hope you're right? But you know, look, we've seen this before, and the last time we got a coach that was sold to us as an interim coach, and he probably coached the team for about 8 years after that. So I'm just basing it off of what we have seen. Maybe things have changed. Maybe you're right, but you know, I don't see that happening.
Big boss, me not sit down here so American Garden I get the 8 year of no job. All right, it not happen. It not happen. Things are gonna happen if that. It's not gonna happen, man. All right, so big boss, big up yourself. Thanks for coming on, and I'm gonna close the show now. So
All right.
yeah, man, we link up next time. All right, cool. All right, we have a super chat from our brother Dallas. Massive respect, people. I have come to the end because I have to run for my kid. I'm gonna just do 5 minutes to run through the chat. Please do it like button because that shows the support. If you want, you can drop a super chat or become a member because it helps what we're doing here. All right, obviously we have to pay our bills and everything. So if you like what we do, please do support it. All right, yeah, man. Doing Lawrence drop a super chat as well. Massive respect. Brian said, I am not so optimistic like you, JD. I am not optimistic here, but I said I am going to fight for a cause. People never hear me get angry after a certain time. Well, if he's going to be the coach, I am going to get how long it's going to happen. You remember for the ladies coach, you saw we bully them into have to make a different decision. All right, no matter the foolishness, man. We are gonna get it, big boss. Why do people calling up Darren Moore? You all don't see what is happening. Just relax, man. All right, people. One love, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. I will do a next show, people. I don't think it might not be today, but if I can't be today because I have to sleep, people. I've only gotten 1.5 hours sleep.
You know, so I have to sleep today. All right. So I am not coming back in the night. I can't manage. Not gonna pretend like I'm Superman. I have a whole life in a man. All right, it's very hard, and every time I'm coming here, I have to be writing down a big book of things. Like I'm coming to a social study class. You understand me? So it's not easy to just turn up here. You know, so I can't. I don't cheat the fans. I do put my effort in it every single time. That's why I'm so passionate, because I believe in what I'm saying. You understand me? So with that said, with that said, I am going to run off, and I will return tomorrow with way more content over a longer time. All right. Dima, I had answered Dima, you never listen. All right. So people, take care, and I will link up. All right. Bye bye.